The right meaning is literally a way of life. If you think that you will be on a diet and then off a diet, it's going to fall apart before you realize.
So Ishi, now that the New Year's is coming, and one of the biggest resolution I know that I'm going to take also is that I'm going to eat better, I'm going to be on a diet, and I'm going to lose 10 kgs. But I know what's going to happen 1 month later, I'm going to be back. So I wanted to get your tips on how does one actually maintain their New Year's resolution and actually progress to lose that weight or just eat healthy.
It's very simple. As long as you know the right meaning of the word diet, it can't fail you.
So what is that right meaning?
The right meaning is literally a way of life. If you think that you will be on a diet and then off a diet, it's going to fall apart before you realize. So whenever you begin, whatever you begin, I tell my patients, are you ready to take this on as a lifelong process? Let's start. Otherwise, it will be back before you realize. So this being on and off a diet is itself flawed.
So that's why you go through that yo-yo.
Yeah,
because
I mean, absolutely. Whatever you have done, it's like exercise. If I do exercise for this month, it will give me benefits for this month and maybe 15 days beyond. And after that, it is zero. If I exercised 10 years ago, it has no meaning for me today. The food, as long as you're eating right, it will be fine for you. If you stop that, you start eating badly, it will come right back. So you need to understand what works for you. You need to know yourself. Like I said earlier in the interview, that it's the 5 Ps, that you need to know your peak hunger time. You need to plan. So if you don't do that, it's going to be chaos. It catches up with you before you realize. Even that little sugar that you start introducing. So there are ways of dealing with it. Now what I'm saying doesn't mean, should not be interpreted as I need to be virtuous every single day. That the diet means no. The diet actually means very serious, simple principles. It means moderation, it means balance, it means portion control. And it also, when I say balance, it means that if you have eaten in a way that is counterproductive, or you've indulged, or let's not feel guilty about these words. So if you've just indulged and had a good time, there are ways of dealing with it. So if you don't do that, then you are in trouble. And if you're constantly doing that, then you don't head anywhere. So, yeah.
So in the new year, can you give us a mantra for not derailing and staying with a healthy diet as well as losing weight?
So I'll actually say, don't diet.
Okay.
Just don't fall into a diet, so-called traditionally understood diet concept. Your diet should be something which you eat every day as a way of life, and learn how to eat. That's the important thing, and eating mindfully. And the other aspect of eating mindfully includes the fact that you must be nutritionally adequate. Addressing adequate proteins and minerals and certain vitamins are critical for you to be able to prevent cravings and feeling low and eating wrong. So nutritional adequacy is important, making it a way of life is important, making it mindful is important, and removing the addictive elements, or understanding that there are certain foods which could be causing the addiction. And among the not so difficult ones are, of course, caffeine, and you can deal with that. But wheat protein has something called gluteomorphine, and I see that in my patients. When they are going off wheat, they feel very much in control, and when they have even small traces, the next 2-3 days they begin to have sugar cravings and want more food, and their mood dips, etc., etc. So there are these real-time addictive foods in our diet which need to be addressed. And lastly, adding foods, just removing is not good enough, replacing them with the right kind of alternatives is important. And among those, I would say having enzyme-rich vegetables, raw vegetables, and fresh fruits, etc., having the right kind of fats will help you feel full and energized, and of course nourish your body and stick with the diet.
So is there one thing that must be there as part of each meal?
No, it's always a balance. I wouldn't say there's one thing.
Now my last question, does it help to have a dietitian or a coach to keep you on track? Because a lot of times what happens is, yes, you're doing well when you're with the dietitian, but as soon as you think you can do it on your own, you fall off the bandwagon.
This question is not a fair one to me. You have to answer that question.
I find I do better.